Welcome back. Daily Show. Rusty Wheat in the studio. Rusty, it's been a while. How was your Christmas?
It's very well. I had a good time, man. I signed up to do some work for the Salvation Army. Trash gets kind of slow in the winter months. It doesn't get any slower, but it gets cold picking it up. So I signed up to do 10 days with the Salvation Army. I was ringing the bell. And I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. I had such a good time. It opened up my eyes to a whole new world.
Good for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel blessed in so many ways, but that was something that just opened my eyes up, And it's funny because some of the people that I go to war with, they actually are coming to the grocery store to get their stuff, and they have to put money in the basket and then turn and look at me, So,
well, there you go. That's one way to do it.
Merry Christmas, man. I'm telling you. It was a blessing. It was a blessing. I encourage anyone that if you haven't rang the bell or signed up to do work for the Salvation Army, do it. I'm looking at some other things with them, but...
That's good that you did it, man.
Yeah.
And especially because, man, sometimes it's cold out there and rainy and all that nastiness, so it's good that you're out there doing it.
I signed up for 14 days. I only ended up doing 10 because I caught the flu.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, the weather was bad. But I saw the Roxana police chief out there doing it one day.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was like, well, what are you doing? How'd you get signed up? And he goes, just go online and sign up. So I was hooked.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know you have 9 miles now at County Road.
Yeah, between county roads and adopt a highway with the IDOT, I have 9 miles now that I do. And I don't do them all on a weekly basis.
That's what I was curious about.
You really, on the county roads, you only have to clean them about 3 times a year.
Really?
So Moreland Road, I've adopted a portion of Moreland Road, and I've adopted Wanda Road. Some of the exits off 255, I take care of on a regular basis, and then plus my stretch on 143. And I'm debating on adopting some more, but
can we talk about how to adopt a road real quick? Because you were instrumental in bringing back the county one, weren't you?
Yeah, and Adam Walden with Madison County, they have a county adopt a highway program. I encourage anybody, like church or small organization, to take a look at that. Yeah, it's very easy to get involved.
And then how do you reach out? What office do you call?
Contact the Madison County Highway Department.
Oh, okay.
Or you could look at their website. They have it on. But you could call Adam and ask him. He can give you some information on how easy it is. And the requirements are very simple. You only have to clean them about maybe 2-3 times a year.
No kidding.
Yeah, and the county roads are not heavily trafficked, so you don't have to set up barricades and things like that, like I do on the interstate or on some of the state highways.
Absolutely, and going into this too, you were telling me that right now, and you would know better than anybody, trash is worse than ever. But now, is it on every stretch that you're dealing with?
Well, I just I deal with my stretch, and I have not seen any decline on the trash that I pick up. I have a 2-mile stretch that I clean up basically on a weekly basis. But I started getting calls from people that travel down 255 going towards Granite City on Route 3 and such, and they are telling me that it's just as bad, if not worse than ever. So I try to keep in contact with Board Chairman Slusher to write letters to him and call him and let him know what I'm getting back, because I get a lot of feedback from people. They send me pictures and videos and stuff, and that's fine. But Slusher has taken upon himself to stop calling. He won't return any phone calls now. This is County Board Chairman Chris Slusher. He won't return any of my phone calls now. He won't return any of my letters. The trash is worse now than it ever was. When he was running for office, he ran on a campaign that he promised everyone he was going to fix this trash issue. Well, I like Chris, but he has not done it. It's very simple. The trash is worse now than it ever has been. So,
what would your suggestion be just for the public? Because you're in to really tackle this. What do you think is needed?
Well, you just got to admit that the trash is not going to be going anywhere, and we need to be proactive. Maybe possibly put some people on board for the county laborers that could be switched over to the recreation department or various highway different departments. But when the trash is bad, they can get proactive and go out and clean up these roads. I mean, I do it myself. You can clean about 3 or 4 bags of trash per hour, so, but what we're doing, we're farming that out. We're farming that information. Again, Madison County is farming that out to a Missouri firm, Sharp Services. And your taxpayers pay about $45 to $55 per bag of trash that's laying alongside of the road. And we're hiring a Missouri firm again to do it, and we did not even put that out for bid. Now, the state's attorney changed the bid bidding process so that it would give a leg up on a Madison County firm to be able to bid for that. Well, since that's been approved and put in place, Madison County zoning with Chris Cliff has decided to continue using Sharp services out of Missouri. So if you like that, your taxpayer dollars are being shipped over to Missouri to clean up the trash that's being brought over here from Missouri, well, I would suggest you call Chris Cliff and tell him that you think you should put that out for bid. People like Sparks Service, Sparks Junk Removal, she got screwed on that, man. She didn't even get an opportunity to bid on that work. So he just took it upon himself, or whoever the powers that be in the county took it upon themselves, that they were just going to continue doing business with Sharp and not put that out for bid. And we're talking about $100,000.
Wow. And so you're just saying, just give the bidding process a chance here.
Well, they changed the bidding.
I know you told me that.
Attorneys changed it for a reason, and that was to trying to keep those tax dollars here in Madison County. And if you're just for convenience sake hiring a firm out of Missouri, that's not fair to the taxpayers in Illinois or Madison County.
Right. Well, and not having at least, like you said, a chance to go through that bidding process.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
If an out-of-state firm wins, so be it.
Then I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. 1,000%.
But a local firm didn't even get an opportunity to apply to bid on that, and they could possibly change that and put it out for bid. So that's why I'm encouraging everyone to speak up and say, "Look, man, put that out for bid so a local firm can have an opportunity to bid on it."
I agree. And now going into this too, because sometimes we talk about it. You said that whenever they start cutting, you see trash get pretty bad no matter what because they're cutting all that back. Was there anything that led to this uptick? Was it because we had all that snow to melt stuff away, and we saw this? What do you attribute it to? Because I know that you work with Senator Harris on the trash truck.
Yes, for a while there, when Senator Harris was trying to get that Bill 4848 passed, the legislation to put netting on the backs of the trucks, they did, but it didn't emphasize the types of netting. So the landfill was being proactive for a while, putting a superior type of a black netting. It was a heavier netting. It was much coarser. The holes were smaller. It was a tougher, more resilient netting. But once the Bill 4848 got passed, they stopped doing it because there's no real meat into the legislation that says you have to do this specific type of covering. So any type of covering would work. And if you put a real cheap covering with holes all over in it, which happens all the time, you're going to still get the same amount of trash. And the county's idea to reinforce this is, and I hate being so harsh on Chris Slusher, but the buck stops at his desk. They put a lot of emphasis on the police force, Madison County policeman Connors and Roxana Police Chief Doyle, Wood River Police Chief Brad Wells. They put a lot of emphasis on those guys, and they worked a lot of overtime, trying to get this, and they did a successful job. But what happens is, as soon as they stop, the very next couple of days, everything goes back to the way it was.
I get you.
These truckers, they talk to each other. They know when the enforcement's out. And if you take a look at how much money they're spending on overtime, Chief Connors, how much money are you spending on overtime for your policemen, as opposed to maybe hiring a couple extra guys and being proactive and getting out. So in answer to your question, my solution is I always tell everybody it's like a circus. You go to the circus because you want to see the elephants. The elephants are the main attraction, as the trash trucks are in Madison County. They bring a tremendous amount of revenue, but they pollute just like the elephants do at the circus. So when you see at the circus, they always have somebody going back behind them, cleaning up the elephants. And that's a very simple solution. So here we are in Madison County. They're bringing the trash trucks and just have some guys on board. They're going back behind the elephants and cleaning them up. It's very simple. Well, I don't know what else to do. I've offered my services, but they don't want to hear from me anymore. Once in a while, they just get tired of hearing such depressing, Russ never got nothing to say except for bad. Well, do your job. Get it fixed, and I'll go away.
Well, I saw something the other day. We were talking because we had Denise on the show, and just talking about the contract issues, going on.
Yeah.
And, some guy said, well, I had Sparks, but they wanted you to bag all your trash up, and it's like it was a detrimental thing to have your trash tied up and put away, because what happens is, like you said, that, they don't really have any certain rules. They just heave-ho it into the back, and then whatever netting they have, it just flies right on.
And let me give you a perfect example of that. If you're going down 143 heading to Edwardsville, you can start getting around those SIU exits. You'll see trash all over the place. And that's coming from SIU itself, because they don't bag the trash up. They throw it in the dumpsters. The dumpsters get dumped in the trucks. Trucks go down the road, trash flies out. That's a perfect example example right there. I just met with Senator Harris the other day, and we talked about that specific issue on where you can go and actually see and why it's happening. But you won't see that with Denise. It's because she doesn't pick it up unless it's bagged.
Well, and see, that's where it goes down to. It's just the business practice too, and making sure that they're holding, consumers, accountable, because it shouldn't be this much of an issue. And like you said, to have a different, division or whatever you have, because it is, there's a lot other more important issues for like a county police officer or sheriff to go after, right? In terms of like
they should be on trash patrol, man.
So, but at the end of the day, I like your solution of saying, hey, at least to create a different way to do this.
We got to think outside the box. This pointing finger saying, well, it's not our fault, it's the landfalls. The landfill says, hey, it's not us, it's the trucks. It's like Mo, Larry, and Curly. You know what I mean? So we just got to understand the trash is here. In fact, I think we should invite more of it. If we have the opportunity, and if it's a big cash cow, bring it in. But let's clean it up. Let's make sure we have the appropriation to do it.
Well, it's almost 9:30 already, Rusty, and we've touched on so far just that right now, in your estimation, trash is as one of the worst things that we can do.
Yes, I have the white flag here that I bought. I'm going to drop this off for Chris Fletcher's office. If he is waving the white flag and saying that we can't stop this from happening, just let me know. But if you're not going to return my phone calls, you're not going to return my letters, and the trash is worse than ever. I have a white flag for you right here, Chris Fletcher, and I was going to mail it, but I thought I'd come in and just drop it off personally if I can.
Don't get me in trouble, Rusty. I didn't.
Hey, people don't understand. I love Chris. He's a good man. But this trash issue was an issue that he said he was going to get fixed, and it's not fixed. He's been in office long enough now. If he wants to start dodging the phone calls, the buck stops at his office. He's got to bear that.
We'll take a quick break, and we're going to come back, talk with more of what Rusty has to say about this trash issue and more. You stay there, and we'll be here, RiverBender.com, Roku TV.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at ameren.com/energyfuture.
Accidents happen in a Welcome back, Daily Show 932. Rusty, I like that you do this all in good fun, too. That way, just in case anyone's watching and going, CJ's going to get sued, it's not. It's really,
Well, people think that, I was telling Brad Wells, Police Chief Brad Wells, people think I'm a prick, and, and they're okay. That's okay for them to think about this. I'm doing this for the next community. You know what I mean? I don't care. I have big shoulders. I don't care whether your next guest is coming on is Mayor Tom Stockup. I love Tom. He's a great guy, man. Do we go to war occasionally about some things? Yes, absolutely. But his police chief, Brad Wells, no one does as much to help me out as Brad.
I like
Wells.
Brad. Chief Wells does a really good job.
He does so many things under the radar that people don't see, and I'm fortunate enough to get to see some of it. But yeah, he's a good man, and Wood River, Tom Stockup is very fortunate. I think City of Wood River is to have Brad working for him. From my point of view on the trash.
Yeah, man, and that's why I like these segments too, because you always find a way, because there is a lot, and it's always an uphill battle. Because like you said, it's making sure that you're heard enough for people can see what's going on, and it is an issue. I'm sorry, we shouldn't. It looks bad, and Route 3 does not look very good at all.
Trash is terrible.
Well,
man.
and the Route 3 is worse enough to drive on. You might as well have some good scenery.
Yeah. Everybody write this number down: 618-296-4341. That's Chris Flusher's office number. Give him a call and tell his secretary. He won't be able to talk to Chris, his secretary. He's probably just going to go to a voice recording, and so I would just call and tell him, let him know how you feel. I'd be nice.
And that is the office number, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
296-4341. That's what I would recommend. But it's like I mentioned, Tom's coming on next. Also, City Manager Palin. We go to war all the times against things, and we probably aren't the best of friends and stuff. But I understand he has a job to do, and I'm a volunteer. I don't get paid for anything, so I feel like everything I do is for the cause, and as long as I don't push it overboard, I'm okay. I have a tendency to do that sometimes. Like one of the new things I've started up a GoFundMe account, because apparently Chris Slusher doesn't want to return my calls or my letters, so I started up a GoFundMe account called the Slusher Fund. And if you want to donate to the Slusher Fund, I would recommend you contact your board member, send your pennies, your dollars, or whatever, because there's not enough money in the county with the taxpayers' dollars to clean up all this trash. So I'm encouraging to let Chris Slusher know that you're willing to contribute to the Slusher Fund if we can get some of the trash picked up.
Oh my God. All in good fun.
Well, what happened is a little kid, I was talking to little kids at a grade school, and they were saying, do you build your own signs? How come the county? And I said, the county doesn't fund me.
Yeah.
And a little kid suggested, why don't you start up a GoFundMe account?
There you go.
And I thought that's great, the Slusher Fund.
What are you wrapping up today with, Rusty?
Well, I'm wrapping up. I want to put a thank you to Senator Harris. We started doing some quarterly meetings.
Yeah, you guys
with her.
are working pretty well together.
Like I said, I don't understand. Sometimes she is wondering to know what's going on, the changes, because I'm out there weekly. So she wants to know what I see, what I think. And I could be wrong about a lot of things, but at least she has an opportunity to get the information. Where the county members, the county board members just don't get it. They forget about, they're supposed to give me a call. They forget about doing it, and they come out and work with me. And 3 months later, I'll ask them, and they're like, I don't know anything. And it's so frustrating because they just don't get it. I live in this trash, and the trash along the road, and I'm very passionate about it. So I'd like to say I have more positive things to talk about, but I really don't.
And that's important though, because as a chairman level position, there's a lot of other things you're monitoring. But like when you're talking about board members who don't show up to meetings or whatever that you said, or
they want to get involved, but then when they see all the particulars or you start talking about things, and then it gets a little hairier, and then they start saying, well, this Rusty, he's a hard ass, man. I'm going to stay away from him. And they're so afraid that they're going to get caught up in my using them for their lack of effort. And I will. If you want to help me and you just want to do it for a photo shoot or to get elected or put a sign up, well, don't even bother, because, man, I'll turn that against you. But if you're sincere and you want to help on this trash, I'm a volunteer. I will help you in any way for the rest of your term. you know.
Yeah.
But the trash has got to be fixed. I'm calling on Chris Slusher. I'm calling on everybody to put pressure on them to get it done.
Well, and too, you know, it starts too with, you know, not necessarily with the bigger items, but god dang, guys, bag your trash up and when you throw it out in your trash can too. I mean, it starts there with small things.
I say it all the time. That's why I use purple trash bags, is because I support Denise Sparks. I pay for those trash bags myself. It's about double the cost of a regular trash bag. You know, when I'm buying trash bags $100 at a time, my wife looks at me like, "What the hell?" But you know, I believe in what she's doing. You know what I mean? She doesn't want the community to get any worse, and she does so much better job than the big box, Republic. So anyway, hey, the next time you guys have a change of format here, I understand you're going to have a call in. So I have a chain gang arm sleeve for the next time I'm on here. The next time I'm on here, I have chain gang arm sleeves for the first people that call in.
Rusty, it's always great chatting with you, man, and always great to hear your insights on this. It's really an important issue, and I'm hoping we get some resolutions.
Yeah, I'm not a bad guy, man. I'm just passionate about the trash. That's all.
I love it. We'll take a quick break. 9:39, a little bit of change. We'll come back up and wrap up the 9 right after this.